Hello, sisters. Today's rant is about how to make it less hard. Can you breathe into that for a minute? How do we make our businesses and growing our businesses and growing our lives and creating this reality that we're waking up to and this life where we get to contribute? Like, how do we make that less hard? How do we choose easy? When you think about choosing easy, like it's not what most people choose. And so, right, there's struggle and pain all around us. And so it's even more important to be talking about this. And I've taken a couple weeks off here at the end of the year, reflecting on the last 6 months, reflecting on all the pivots that we made to take our live events virtual, reflecting on some of the late nights and the early mornings. And I'm looking and noticing ways that I could have actually made it easier on myself if I had actually stopped working. And I'm wanting to share some of these pearls of wisdom with you so that we can all save each other some of the extra stress and angst of thinking that it needs to be hard. Like I can so clearly see how I've been addicted to some of the struggle this year. And these realizations are what I'm going to take into my next launch. And so the next launch is going to be easier. So there's a few things I've noticed that I've been working on and doing and talking to my colleagues and friends about, and some of my clients about too, to really shift from hard to easy and flow and grace. And I'm guessing you're going to find these helpful. So number one is to pay attention to stories that you tell where you bring in a lot of drama around the struggle. Because yes, good storytelling, and you know me, I'm a storytelling geek, right? Content tells and stories are what sell. And it's all about your life as this Shiro's journey. Like that's a big part of my brand. It's my jam. But there's a way to build suspense and build some drama around the story without turning up the volume on the pain and thinking that we need to go back and feel that pain some more. Like, oh, I can feel this one. It's like, oh, we don't actually have to keep rehashing the pain. My friend Brandy has been amazing in helping me really see this. Like, I do not need to keep rehashing the pain. You guys have probably heard me tell the story of getting locked in a locker by the mean girls. And, they grabbed me by the t-shirt and they shoved me in that locker. And a part of me has remained locked. I'm trying to like go back into that place, right? Like that needing to go back in and feel that, like it's actually not necessary to telling a good story, and it recreates a story of pain and struggle and victim in me. And so I've been working with like, what about the version of the story where I'm like, yeah, I was a teenager and I was walking down the hall and I remember the blue lockers, and I remember the moment that these like really troubled and wounded girls thought they needed to freaking lock me up in a locker. Like, did they even know who the heck they were dealing with? Because guess what? 12 years later, I found myself at my high school reunion, and guess who was struggling then? It wasn't me. They were the ones that had gained weight. They are the ones that were, drinking too much, and my heart breaks for them. And I don't say that to like rub salt in anybody's wounds. I say that because it's like, how do I bring that story full circle to the moment where I realize that I truly am the Shiro in that story? And that, guess what? Like, there are a lot of people that have been through similar circumstances as I've been through that haven't created the life that I've created. There's a lot of people that have been through the circumstances you've been through that have not created the life you've created. There are so many people out there that have been victimized, abused, beaten, treated like crap. Maybe you didn't even have that much contrast and you're like, I don't have that much good stuff to tell a story about because I haven't been through that much stuff. Don't worry. You can tell a good story without pain and misery, right? It's more about suspense. It's more about bringing the story back around. It doesn't matter if you stubbed your toe. It doesn't matter if you were just confused for a while. What matters is you bringing the story back around to the people that you're working with. And so, for any of you who tell stories, for any of you who tell stories as a way to get your message out into the world, what if you were to tell the story from a place of absolute empowerment? And if you need to tell it a few times to like clear that energy and realize that it's you, you're the one who found your way through that. Not everybody does. So that you can tell that story from a place of empowered, right? Think about Oprah for a minute. Would Oprah be more powerful and potent if she kept recreating her painful story or retelling her painful story? Like, no. Like, Oprah's heart bursts open and she, has tears in her eyes with her guests that are genuine simply because she loves. Simply because she loves, and she wants us all to transcend our pain right alongside her. You get to be the one who loves so much that you hold a stake in the ground for all of those who you're reaching and touching to transcend their pain alongside of you. Can you feel that? So let me know in the comments thread below, how do you want to feel when you're telling your story? How do you want to feel instead? Just one word. I love reading the comments. The next piece is to be sure that you continue to nurture your relationship with your own ambition, because it's your ambition and your drive that got you here. And I think there's times that we can make ambition wrong. Like, I know for me, I had a push-pull relationship with ambition like the first few years of my business. I am an ambitious woman. I love making a difference. That's what feels the best to me in my life, when I can be alive, pumped up. I can listen to motivating and inspiring songs. I can remember that my beingness is a contribution just by who I be. And that's what's true for you as well. Be the change. You get to go out there and be the change. And your ambition, your desire to go and create momentum and create magic and create miracles, that's not the enemy. Yes, you got to take breaks. Yes, you got to rest. You get to tune in so much to yourself that you can allow the uprising and the natural motivation to be that which pulls you forward rather than pain pushing you forward. Pain pushes until vision pulls. Be a student of the vision. Be an investigator. Be like a detective of the vision and the motivation and the natural inspiration. My friend Lee Richter is so good at this. She knows how to just when I can feel her when she has stuff going on, I can feel her go into her story just a little bit, and then she'll get what she needs, and then she'll be like, oh, look how blue the sky is. Oh, look at where we are right now. Aren't we so lucky? Aren't we so blessed? And she literally just talks her way, coaxes her way back into gratitude. We don't need the pain anymore to drive us forward. We can drive ourselves through magic and motivation. Your growth is not dependent on pain. Your growth is about you just continuing to let go and choose the next deeply gratifying moment where you get to show up and give your gifts and figure it out and write the words that are going to go on your website and call a friend and get some love if you need it, and then go back to creating. Like, nothing feels better than creating. Like, I love orgasms. I love sex. I love all the things, chocolate and eating, but like, come on, creating, we're built to create, to be creative, to bring our gifts. Like, what a blessing that we get to be in this conversation. What a blessing that you have the time to listen to this video right now. So, number one, change the story to continue to up-level your leadership. Number two, heal your relationship with your ambition. If your relationship with your ambition doesn't feel like an awesome, most incredible, lover, amazing relationship in your life, keep telling your ambition, keep talking to your inner driver, and journal with her. Take some time to give her gratitude. Can you feel that right now? What happens if you turn toward your inner driver? Stop making her wrong and start appreciating her for where she's brought you in your life, right? Thank you for bringing me to the place where I am in my life right now. And that brings me to the third piece, which is that success and self-growth are parallel. You can only be more successful to the degree which you're willing to take yourself on. And by taking yourself on, I mean like a loving embrace, a loving awareness, like so much awareness and aliveness that you, my beloved woman entrepreneur, you are awake to the patterns that run in your mind. You are tuned in to the stories and the excuses that you make up that hold you back in your business, the story that it's too hard, the lie that you can't figure it out, the hitch and the giddy up that you have around technology. Oh, technology. Oh, I hate the technology. Oh, I hate the sales. Take yourself on. How can I make this fun? How can I turn sales into a delicious form of self-expression? How can I actually embrace that I get to build my business on my terms, that I get to build a business that fits into my life rather than having to fit my life around an overly busy business? I get to do this my way. Yes, there's incredible, proven, simple methods that work, right? We love teaching those to our clients. We would love to support you with those and to continue to support you with those. And you always get to find that marriage between the frameworks and the proven strategy and the heart of who you are. That's what's going to make this thing go. That's what's going to make this hot, 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 is you never abandoning yourself for a template or a framework or an exact recipe. Yes, use the recipe. Stop making it wrong. Put yourself in it. Go all in on this expression of you. You. That's who's being called to build the business, not a robotic version of you, not a perfect version of you. We want you. We want the human, messy, amazing you in all your fullness. I love what Dan Sullivan says about this. He says an overscheduled entrepreneur cannot transform themselves. You cannot transform yourself if you're overscheduled. So if you are somebody that overschedules yourself, stop it. Notice what's the 20% that I can say no to and start saying no, because that leaves you 20% to give back to yourself. Because to be a successful entrepreneur, you need more time for self-care, more time for reflection, more time for your morning routine, more time for meditation and filling yourself back up, more time for nature, more time to move your body, still your mind, and move your body, and still your mind, and move your body, and still your mind. Success and self-growth are parallel. The content of your life is the curriculum of your evolution. The circumstances of your life, that's the curriculum of your evolution. Mary Morrissey just said that to me, and I was just like, yes. I have a situation going on in my life right now with a man that I'm dating, and it has not been easy. It's been so hard, and it's a circumstance that I can't totally control other than to work on myself. I hate it when that happens. And when Mary said that to me, Sage, the circumstances of your life that's the curriculum of your evolution. I'm like, I get to take this part of me on. I get to take this part of me on, this part that wants to control and micromanage and is afraid. I get to take her on, and I get to nourish her. And then I get to decide whether this is the right relationship for me. And I get to bring myself to my business. And by the way, the personal development work I do in my business, it gives me all of the strength and all of the confidence that I have to be building the most incredible relationships that I've ever had in my life right now. the most incredible relationship with my boyfriend, the most incredible relationship with my friends and my mom and my brother and my family. All of that confidence to be able to bring all of myself to those relationships and be vulnerable and not make people wrong and get out of reactivity, all of that has come from my business. So I really hope that you can hear this, that when you go all in on your business, you get to change people's lives, most of all your own. And when you bring that transformation back to your own life and your own personal life and your own relationships, and you get to be the woman leader who knows inside your heart that you've shown up for yourself and that you've built something that nobody can take away from you, you get to bring that confidence, that clarity, that grace, that humble power to everything else in your life. And that's where life stops being hard, because you are connected to yourself so deeply that you can continue to ask and pause and slow down when you need to, and continue to find that flow, that easier path. And I'm not saying there's never going to be contrast, and I'm not saying there's never going to be pain, but my friend Steven says, tell the truth quicker and have more fun per hour. You can continue to sort of brush that off your shoulders and just continue to allow the vision to pull. You're the vision, you're the power, you're the one. Change your story to up-level your leadership. Tell the story to the point of the story where your vibration raises. Practice it tonight. Get on the phone with a girlfriend. Tell the story in your journal. Relive the story until the point of the story where you feel better, you feel stronger, and then leave the story there. You can literally rewrite history. Time is not linear. We can fold our soul back in on itself in that moment and become the younger version of ourselves that grew us into the woman we are now. Leave the story at a moment where you feel empowered, and you will rewrite your future as well. Clients are coming your way, and they are coming your way because you have done a beautiful job managing your vibration, raising your energy, and being the incredible woman leader that you are. Choosing that even when you're not quite sure if it's going to work out. Let me know right here on the comments thread what you're taking away from this. I love reading back through the comments. Thank you for being on a big mission to change the world. Thank you for never abandoning yourself. Thank you for being the very best part of Women Rocking Business. Your clients are waiting for you. They're not just waiting for someone like you. They're actually waiting for you. Mwah. And if you got value from this episode, I invite you to hit the subscribe button so that we can get you weekly business trainings in your inbox to help you grow your impact and your income the women's way. Head over into the Women Rocking Business Sisterhood Facebook group and introduce yourself there, because women go so much further when we go together. Just click the button to subscribe, and we will see you on the other side.